So if you are a carrier, you definitely can infect another person who has a weaker immune system than you.
I'm always very doubtful, and I don't know whether it's whether I should be doubtful whenever they say it's 100% effective. Is there such a thing as 100% effective?
So far, Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, which are the RNA-based vaccines, have reported an efficacy rate of around 95%,
yeah,
which is
90.
very,
I'm okay
very
with 95.
High. The efficacy changes, and it always depends on the group that is doing the clinical studies and what is their endpoint. So a classic example is when we compare Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. So Pfizer, as we all know, had shown a great 95% efficacy.
Yeah.
Whereas in Johnson & Johnson, the rates were much lower at maybe about 66, 67%. So there were three main differences in these two clinical trials. The first was for the Pfizer vaccine, Pfizer and Moderna, the trials were conducted in US in the period where the number of cases were not that high. So you can see that the results were almost the same.
Okay.
Johnson & Johnson had a stark difference. So the stark difference is it was held in 3 different countries. So in the US, South Africa, and in Brazil. The case rates were much higher compared to in Pfizer and Moderna.
Okay.
These areas also had different virus variants. And therefore, when they collated all this information that they got together, it seemed that the efficacy was lower, but there is not a one-to-one comparison because we don't know how Pfizer or Moderna vaccines would have fared in those conditions.
I keep hearing and reading about this. It's not a cure, but once you get the vaccine, you stop being a carrier or something like that.
You're right about one point. The vaccine actually helps you to prepare your immune system to respond very quickly to the virus. But what it does not do is it does not prevent you from getting infection. You can still get infected. You may be asymptomatic. You may show mild symptoms.
But are you infective after you take the vaccine?
You can be. So if you are a carrier, you definitely can infect another person who has a weaker immune system than you. Definitely. Right. Whether the next person actually shows severe COVID symptoms or is also asymptomatic is not known.
Hey guys, we hope you loved that discussion, but for the full discussion and all our other videos, click right here. And remember, don't be a dick.